The last and deciding game in the semi-final here at the Gfinity Cup. We have, starting to the top left, the one and only for my insanity, it is JJakji! And the crowd goes, ooh! And starting to the bottom left, on Frost, we have his opponent going down in game number 1, but coming back with a vengeance in game number 2. Can he clinch out the victory in game number 3? It is Decisive MMA! And the crowd goes, yay! Alright, Terran versus Terran once again. And so far, those two have really shown us a fast-paced series. I like it. I really like it. Terran vs. Terran is probably my most favorite mirror matchup right now. Most of the games are really entertaining. With the other matchups, I don't know, there are like a couple of really good ones that you can have. Protoss vs. Protoss can be very exciting if both players are trying to be a little bit aggressive. But let's face it, Protoss vs. Protoss just sucks ass once that both players decide like, nah, I'm gonna sit back and just tech to Colossi and I'm gonna wait like 20 minutes before I move out of my base. Which is kinda true for every single matchup and not only for PvP. But yeah, one of the reasons why I really like Terran vs. Terran is that these days both of them are actually just trying to go for it. So we have the refinery being started for MMA first. Once again, keep in mind one of the big differences that we have in this map compared to the other two is that this is a 4-player map, meaning it's much more difficult to actually scout your opponent to see what he's doing. So JJakji looks like he is going into a command center first. He's already moving down with his SCV, and there it is. CC first for JJakji, and CC first going up against a refinery first is always awesome. Because that kind of is the situation where the player with the command center has a huge tech disadvantage. And he has a great economy. So, but he doesn't really have those really good units that he wants. Like, if he needs to defend against like Banshee player or whatever, he's usually hard pressed. And he needs to identify what exactly is happening. At the same time, the Terran player that has the tech is the one who will be aggressive, who will be trying to do the damage. But because his economy is so far worse than the other opponents, he needs to do that damage. So it's just simply killing like 3-4 SCVs just simply doesn't cut it. You need to do a whole lot more than that. And both of them already know this. It's just about a matter of like scouting what's happening here. So would be pretty awesome. This is a pretty good start into this game, I feel. I like it when something like this happens. So we are in for a treat, I feel. Right now we have of course the double barracks follow up for JJakji. No gas for him, completely gasless. Trying to just get some units into the picture so that he can save his command center in case that there is some aggression. We have for MMA already the second gas taken, so cloaked Banshees it is. He's definitely going to go for quite some aggression here. Might even pull something else off there. And the scout, I mean, this scout couldn't be better for MMA. Like, JJakji is already going to the top right and MMA is spawning on the bottom left. So a very late scout into the main base of MMA is going to happen. And that will allow him, with those 3 Marines, of course, as well, to just shut down the SCV and basically just tell him, hey, Alter, du kommst nicht rein. And as soon as he doesn't see what's going on, like, he can't really react to it. He might be able to drop a scan later if he really wants to be safe. On the other hand, we had MMA moving in. The problem is I didn't really see if he saw that floating command center that was there. I don't know if he saw that. If he did, it would be great for him, but at least he knows about the position. So that might work and help him. But there's the cloak, there's the Banshee. And, well, let's see how he's going to work with this. The harvester count is still even. That's going to change very soon, of course. Once that we have the orbital here being saturated and also getting the units out. What do we have for JJakji, though? Currently, no factory just yet. So there's not a whole lot to defense that he has. There's no engineering bay for turrets. So it's getting a little bit to the point where it starts to get iffy. And there we have our bouncer Marines. They won't let that SCV in. By SCV, by scouting information, doesn't know anything, maybe dropping a scan soon. There's even a Widow Mine now coming into play. And the Banshee, how much damage can he do with that? Because looking at the main base, there's still a nice line of Marines, so anything that comes up that ramp is immediately being killed. But at the same time, those boys are missing back at home, and the Banshee is already on its way. The Widow Mine too. And here comes the scan. There comes the scan, and he's like, oh my god. So going for Widow Mines, going immediately for the starport for the Vikings. He has the engineering bay already building. But we have the first Banshee in position, trying to do some damage. And that's the point where MMA really has to do some damage. Like, he has no choice, he needs to do something. Double missile turret has already been started, that he needs to do a bit more damage here than that. So let's see how much can he actually kill, because he is just now building his own base. Needs to move back here, alright. Maybe baiting out a scan. Taking down the Marines, really important for him as well. The missile turret goes through. He needs to find a good spot at that, at the refinery if he wants to kill a little bit more than that. Killing those Marines would be very important. They don't have combat shield, so it's only 2 hits that you need. Kills another Marine, and oh, what a close call! But the Banshee gets away with 2 hit points and 10 kills. The Widowmine at the front got no kills so far, but another Banshee goes in, and guess what? That one Widowmine here with a single shot, and also the missile turret moving in with the additional one, were able to take it down already. So looking at the Harvesters lost here, we currently have nice shot with the Widowmine, but here comes another scan. We have 4 Harvesters killed, and that leaves JJakji with a pretty significant lead in the Harvest count, 35 against 29. So didn't really pay off for MMA all that much. He killed Marines, like he did damage to the Marines, but the problem really is the economy. He doesn't have as much as economy as JJakji has, and if you look at the resources lost, then it's kinda even. You could argue that it's better for JJakji because he only lost minerals, whereas MMA lost the Widowmine and a Banshee, and therefore 125 gas. Not really the position that he wants to be in after such an opening. And JJakji already has the siege tanks here, and he is starting to have a pretty good army. We have him with a stim upgrade already completed. I don't think that he has combat shield. No, he doesn't, and he doesn't start it yet. Which surprised me a little bit. Okay, doesn't have the resources, so we should probably see it soon. But yeah, let's see. So far, it looks pretty good for JJakji. Apparently, another scan. Yeah, sends another scan in. Sees the 3rd command center and is like, alright. Production building is all lined up, and he sees the 3rd command center. He doesn't have a 3rd command center on his own. Keep that in mind. We have siege tanks for him building now. We do not see upgrades, whereas MMA is going for the double upgrades. So JJakji, more and more, it looks like he wants to hit a bit of timing there, but now, there we go. Command center finally getting started. Oh, okay, he starts it right at the mineral line. That's why we didn't see it earlier. Starts it right at the mineral line. I was for a second thinking that he might try to move in. Got worried because we already have 2 siege tanks lined up for MMA here, and running into sieged up tank positions is not really the smartest choice, and that's usually something that you don't see all that often. But now we have still JJakji in a position where he can try to apply some pressure. One drop is already trying to move in, and as you can see, there is a small army there, but if JJakji is able to distract with, well, not with those units, that's actually not enough to really distract MMA and force him to get those units out of the way. So that drop shouldn't really do a whole lot at this point. Only one single engineering base started with the upgrades here. And, well, looking at the bottom of the map, we have still JJakji trying to move in. 3rd base for him. Actually not finishing. That one hero Banshee with the 2 hit points is going in again. 14 kills in total. This Banshee is doing work. And unfortunately working right into here. Okay, hero has just been killed, guys. So 2 seconds of silence. And we're back. So, wow, dropping the mule hammer here. Like a boss. Nice timing here for the armory as well, lining that up with the 1-1 upgrades. I really like the macro of MMA a lot more than JJakji's. I feel like JJakji got away with a better opening, but the macro that MMA is currently showing is absolutely incredible. So he has the better tech, the better upgrades. He is in a great position with this economy now as well. The drop has been spotted here too. And just looking at the army size and everything else, we have like, lead for MMA in army size, lead for MMA in economy now too. And it must be a little bit frustrating for JJakji, because this opening was actually not all that bad. This force here alone can take down that base. This is like horrible. It's absolutely horrible for JJakji right now. Look at this. He can take down all of the SCVs, and he can take down the command center as well. He's just completely obliterating him. Another stim, and the command center is gone. Harvester count is down to 49. Harvesters lost at this point 18-1, and MMA is looking at it like, yep, that went well. Siege tanks in position. JJakji is forced to move in. MMA is like, buddy, seriously, you're really gonna try that? You should know that this doesn't work. I'm MMA after all. Game 1, MMA got slapped around a little bit, but then suddenly he remembered that he's here to win and that he wants to take this series, that there's money on the line, and then he was like, oh yeah, that's right, I actually wanted to win this game. So he crushed JJakji in game number 2, and game number 3 is currently looking like a smackdown. I mean, let's be honest about this for a second. MMA is currently 40 supply up. He has started his 2-2 maybe a little bit later than he wanted, because JJakji now has double upgrades as well started. But it's 2 bases against 3. And MMA didn't even lose anything with that double drop that he had there. He got into a great position and JJakji didn't scout it. And at this point, I mean, it looks nearly impossible for JJakji to recover. He needs a big win if he wants to come back into this game. Because right now, resources lost alone already telling the tale. But, oh, he needs a drop. Like, a drop works as well. But it's Pomi! Pomi! Alter, Kupferstecher. Once again, dropping here. And JJakji, well, he's a little bit on the edge right now. He's like, out, please. And I don't blame him for that. Pomi apparently, well, the battle is starting. Let's hope he doesn't lag again. The siege tanks lining up already for JJakji. Has them in position, but the Marines from MMA moving in. And there is the GG, and he leaves. Game goes to MMA, and Ma goes straight to the finals. Job well done. Down in the series, 0-1, and then winning 2 in a row straight away. MMA, he is breaking JJakji's stride and advances to the finals of the Gfinity Cup. Congratulations.